What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today is another Storytime video. It's just a story about me and an old friend when we were reckless teenagers going out and getting into trouble. You may have been following me around the time that this happened. I was still active on YouTube around this time. Unfortunately, this is one of those things that we decided not to film that I really wish that we had decided to film, because I feel like if we had gotten it on camera, it would have made it so much more crazy. Like, it would have just made it that much more real, because honestly, if we had gotten it on camera and we had posted it, you guys would not believe the shit that happened to us, man. So yeah, this happened around 3 or 4 years ago, probably more, around 4 years. I was like 17, 18 years old. I was hanging out with an old friend of mine, and he wanted to go take some pictures in Dallas. We used to love going out, driving around the city, and just finding like cool places to take some shots and just like hang out. He texted me and he was like, "Hey man, I heard about these abandoned schools in South Dallas. There's an abandoned high school and an abandoned elementary school that I really think we should go check out. I think it would be dope and we could get some great pictures there." And I was like, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. So I drove over to his house, I picked him up, and I took him out to South Dallas. It was late, it was probably around like 8, 9 at night when we got to the high school, and I ended up having to park kind of like off to the side, almost inside a neighborhood, which I was a little bit nervous about because I didn't want to leave my car somewhere that I couldn't see it. But we also didn't want to park right outside of the school because it's illegal to go into it, and there were cops patrolling the area. So I said fuck it, and I just parked my Jeep off in like some random suburb, and we walked over to this abandoned high school. We ended up walking around a couple times just trying to find a way to get in because the front doors were barricaded, but there was a ledge, like a little awning that you can walk under to get into the entrance of the school, and there was a chair there. So we ended up using the chair and like climbing onto it and then pulling ourselves up onto this like awning, and then we were able to walk to the side of the school, and we climbed in through the windows that were broken, and we ended up on like the second floor, and I think there was a total of 3 floors in this high school. We were wandering around this abandoned school. We ended up on the second floor, so we went down the stairs and we were checking out the ground floor first. Nothing exciting really happened. We did go down and explore the basement, and there was a ton of like creepy old abandoned like desks, gym equipment, like books and stuff down there. It had rained recently, so there was like water everywhere. Whenever you stepped, you thought like you heard footsteps or you heard water dripping. It was just super creepy. I felt like I was in the movie It. The main goal of the exploration of the high school was there was the theater, like the amphitheater where they had like assemblies and like plays and stuff. My friend had heard from another photographer friend of his that the theater was really great for photos at night because it was really dark, it was really creepy, and it looked like nice. We did end up taking like a couple pictures in there, but we ended up leaving really fast because of like reasons that I'll get on later on in the video. But I'll just go ahead and show you guys the pictures that we took in the theater here. Here they are. Nothing extraordinary. Like I said, they were taken like super fast because we could hear people. We could hear people, and we didn't know whether it was cops or whether it was other people that were just like exploring the place. So we were wandering around. We eventually found the theater, the amphitheater. We took pictures, and then my friend was like, "Why don't we go up to the 3rd floor and just like see if maybe we can get on the roof or something?" And so we did. We went up to the 3rd floor, we wandered through some classrooms. Again, nothing really exciting was happening. We didn't hear anybody else in there. We could hear people outside, but we didn't think it was cops or anything, so we felt like we were in the clear. So we ended up getting to the roof, and we were just looking. It was a really cool view. I took some pictures out there as well. Really great view. You could see all of like the Dallas skyline on the horizon. It was really cool, and that was when shit really started to hit the fan. So first of all, when we were on the roof, there was this big like metal equipment like container, I guess. Like when we walked in there, there were like the control panels for all the lights and the air conditioning units and things like that. But one half of it was blocked off by plywood, and we were really curious to know what the fuck was behind the plywood because we were dumb teenagers exploring an abandoned school. So we go over there to the plywood, and we're like pulling on it, and we hear somebody like sniff, like a very distinct like, and at first I was like, it's a fucking ghost. Like, there's no way, there could be nobody in here. And so I was like, okay, maybe it was like an animal like hissing at us or something. But then we heard somebody like get up. It sounded like somebody was like sitting up or like rolling around or something. And we bolted the fuck out of there. We ran out of there so fast. We got back down to the 3rd floor, and then we just kept running. We were just terrified of whatever the fuck was on the roof. We kept running. Got down to the 2nd floor. I wasn't really paying attention to where I was walking. I was more like looking into the classrooms and shit, like being nosy and stuff. And we were walking down this hallway, and my friend is the one who actually put his arm out, and he stops me, and he goes, "Dude, don't move." And I'm already like, "Yo, like what's up? Like what is it?" He puts his fingers to his lips, and he's like shushing me. And I'm like, "What's this? Like, what's wrong?" I'm already like freaking out because of what happened on the roof. So I'm like, "What the fuck is it?" And he points to our left, and it was like an intersection where the hallway going this way met a hallway that's coming this way. And there's a classroom right there on the very edge. And inside the classroom, we can see that there's a person wearing a hood sitting on the floor. My God, I wish I had gotten this on camera, you guys, because I know you're not going to believe me, but I swear to God, on my life, this actually fucking happened. In the classroom, we can see a person with a hood on, sitting like cross-legged on the floor, like crisscross applesauce, and surrounding them is a circle of candles. Just talking about it and remembering it makes my heart race, bro. Like, oh my God. So we see this person sitting on the ground, and we see the candles surrounding them, and we see like the graffiti on the floor. We're like, what the fuck do we do? But then out of the corner of the room, another person steps out, and he's got like something in his hand. I don't know if it was a flashlight or a knife, and I didn't want to stick around to find out. I said, "We gotta get out of here." And the person who was standing and holding something heard me and like looked up, and we made eye contact. I felt my heart fall on the floor. I felt like I was gonna shit myself. I made eye contact with this person, and I was like, fuck it. And I just grabbed my friend, and I pushed him, and we took the fuck off. And we're running, and I can hear the person behind us. We get down to the 1st floor. We're trying to find a way out that isn't the way we came in, because the way we came in is on the 2nd floor, and we're not trying to go back up there. So we're running around, we're looking for like a broken window, an open door, or something. And all of a sudden, we hear whistling. I don't know if you've ever been in an abandoned school around 10:30 at night that you know you're not supposed to be in. You've already seen some culty shit going on, and then you hear whistling. But I was scared fucking shitless. I was scared out of my mind. We looked at each other and we were like, there is no fucking way that we're dealing with any more bullshit here. We gotta get out of here. So we take off running again, and at this point there is no, we need to be quiet, we need to be stealthy. It is just pure survival instincts. We make it to like the side doors that like lead in out of the gym area, and there's a broken window there that's like half boarded up. It's just barely big enough for us to fit through. And we're about to run through when a voice from the outside says, "Hey," and we're like, fuck, it's either the cops or somebody's about to fucking kill us. And before we can even say anything, these 2 guys come in through the window, and one of them has like a power tool in his hand, like a drill or something, and the other one is holding a 12 case of beers. And they come in through the window, and they're like, "Hey, where have you guys been?" And as soon as they like look up and they see us, like, oh shit. Turns out the guy was whistling for his friends. He has buddies here. I don't know if it was the people who were in the classroom with the fucking cult shit on the floor or what. But luckily, they were really nice to us. So they left, we went our separate ways, we got out the window, and we take off. We make it back to my car. I'm still scared out of my fucking mind, panting, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And my friend turns and looks at me and goes, "Did you still want to go to the elementary school?" And my dumbass goes, "Oh, fuck yeah." So we pile into my car, we make our way to this elementary school, which is still in the same area of South Dallas. We walk up to this like elementary school, middle school, whatever it was. We're walking around a couple times trying to canvass it and see where we can get in. This one looks a bit more difficult because the windows are broken, but on the outside of the windows they have like bars, so we wouldn't be able to squeeze through those. It honestly looked like a prison more than it looked like a school. And the second time that we come around the side of the building, there's somebody parked in the parking lot, and he's standing outside of his car. His car isn't off, but all of his lights are off, and he's just standing outside his car. And we freeze, and this guy turns and sees us. On what fucking chance? Of course he turns and he fucking sees us, right? So we've been fucking spotted by this random guy who was very clearly either waiting for somebody or waiting for something to show up. And as soon as he sees us, he ducks and he gets back into his car. But luckily, there were 4 concrete pillars that kind of blocked it off, so he wasn't able to drive through. So we're standing at the edge of this driveway / parking lot behind these pillars, and he is sitting in his car, idling right there. and he flashes his brights at us, and we're like, we can't see anything, we can't tell if he's getting out of his car or anything. And then we hear the car door open, and we're like, fuck this, we're getting the fuck out of here. We take off running, and we can hear him, and he peels out of the parking lot and drives down the street, and he sees us, that we're still in the parking lot, and so he pulls into the staff parking lot, and again, we take the fuck off the opposite direction, and we run to the front of the school. And now we're looking for a place to fucking hide, and this man, I shit you not, he circled the school a good 3 or 4 times, and you could see him through the window, he's like looking and looking and looking, and finally we hear him drive off, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna wait here like a sitting duck for this man to come back, let's fucking go. We're running back to my car, and as we get in my car, you see his car go by again, and mind you, I drive a fucking Jeep, so it's not very fast. So I'm pulling out onto the main road, he's going this way to go back to the school, and I literally just pull out and go the opposite way. And thank fucking God, he didn't follow us or anything. That was probably one of the most adrenaline-filled moments of my entire life. It was insane. And I know you guys sitting here watching and listening at home are gonna be like, you're fucking lying, none of that fucking happened. I swear on my life. And all I fucking got out of that experience was like 4 photos. Granted, they were cool photos, they looked dope, but was it really worth it? But yeah, that's the story time of how I almost got killed when I went with my friends to explore some abandoned schools in South Dallas. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing the story as much as I enjoyed telling it to you guys. Really makes me miss going out and doing dumb shit like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a like and a comment if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more story times like this. I've got a ton of stories to tell you guys. I've done some crazy stupid shit in my life. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's free, it takes like 5 seconds. It means nothing to you, but it means the world to me, and I will see y'all in the next video.